Hey there, happy Monday. Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. We've seen a few showers around the coastal bend, but today they actually brought a little more rain, even though they were brief. Is this a trend we'll continue to watch as we head through this work week? And when can we expect our next significant chance of rain? I've got that answer ahead.
A parasite spotted in 17 states is now in Nueces County. I'll have the latest coming up.
The end may be near for a building that shaped generations of Northside families. I'm Jada Jenkins with Why Some are saying they're saying goodbye to more than just an old school.
I'm Stephanie Molina in Nueces County, where a state representative is pushing to abolish the district that approved this groundwater well. Coming up, why she says the change is needed.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. Here's a look at some of the top stories today.
A parasite causing severe gastrointestinal upset is hitting Nueces County hard. Nearly 150 people are reported sick nationwide, with 18 cases reported locally. The CDC says the real number of cases is likely higher. The parasite infects fresh produce through contaminated water. Health officials have not tied these cases to a specific food or a single outbreak. However, past cases involved basil, cilantro, and berries. You can avoid infection by washing your produce with clean water.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is trying to identify the potential source of this parasitic infection. This type of infection is commonly linked to fresh produce. Hundreds of cases have been reported in 17 states, including Texas. One of the biggest outbreaks is in Michigan, where the state health officials there have confirmed 572 cases of cyclosporosis. It's a seasonal illness. According to the CDC, cases usually are between May and August.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and one dangerous livestock pest has made its way into Texas, and one local hobby farm in Flower Bluff isn't waiting to see how close it gets before taking action. The New World screwworm was confirmed in Jim Hogg County last week. That discovery triggered a quarantine on livestock movement in the area. The pest is still hundreds of miles away from Nueces County, but one local horse house isn't taking any chances. Screwworm larvae feed on the living flesh of warm-blooded animals, and at Horse House in Flower Bluff, the owner is already stepping up fly control.
I know Corpus isn't known to be a huge equine or cattle city, but it does affect really all of us, even your outside dogs or cats.
Dodie advises all pet owners to check their animals for bumps or cuts, and she says you should always clean any wounds with iodine or betadine to help keep your pets safe.
What you see here is a well the city of Corpus Christi drilled about a year ago. I'm Stephanie Molina in Nueces County, where a state representative is pushing to abolish the district that oversees groundwater permits, including the permits for this well. Supporters say the change would give private well owners a more neutral voice for groundwater management. Last Thursday, State Representative Denise Villalobos announced she is drafting a bill to abolish the Corpus Christi Aquifer Storage and Recovery Conservation District, saying it has become a makeshift groundwater district. The ASR District General Manager Esteban Ramos also works for Corpus Christi Water, the entity that applied for the well permits. In addition, the utility's current Chief Operating Officer, Nick Winkleman, served on the ASR board until February 2026. Villalobos argues those connections create a conflict of interest. That's why Villalobos says she's pushing for the change.
We strongly believe that Nueces County needs a legitimate groundwater conservation district, given all the activity that is happening in our area.
Hey there, happy Monday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. Looking back at the month so far, we're only a couple days into it, but even June can give us a little context. Most of the afternoon temperatures during the month of June, as you can see here, showed up as a blue square on the calendar, meaning they were just a little bit cooler than we would have expected for that particular day. July has kind of flipped that switch for us. So as we move through the beginning of the month into this weekend especially, we start to see that switch in the other direction. We're seeing temperatures that are a little hotter than we might expect for this time of the year during the afternoon. And I do expect today's daily climate to add another red square to the calendar. But as far as rain goes, seems like most of the significant rainfall ended with the month of June. We didn't pick up any measurable rainfall over the weekend at Corpus Christi International Airport, but I don't think it'll be far off until we see that pattern return to the forecast. Will it be as fruitful as what we saw during the month of June? Well, that remains to be seen, but I'll tell you when you can expect rainfall in your neighborhood next.
It could be easy to see this building and see nothing more than an eyesore. But for the people who grew up here, they say this is where they made friends, they learned, and they made memories to last a lifetime. I'm Jada Jenkins on the North Side with why many in the community hope this building's next steps is something the community can be proud of.
For more than 2 decades, Crossley Elementary has sat vacant on the North Side. But now,
motion passes. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
the Port of Corpus Christi is set to buy the property and demolish what's left.
This is part of history. A building like this shouldn't be tore down.
Former student Michael Murray says the school was built in 1926 and was one of the only schools in the area serving students of color. It closed in 2001 due to declining enrollment and has since seen severe fire damage.
Make me want to cry because nobody want to fix this up. Everybody want to tear it down.
When I reached out to the port, they said there are currently no plans to redevelop the site.
What's something that you want them to do with this building?
That's a question I've been asking all day. And it's one that's now spreading online. A Facebook post with more than 50 comments shows former students sharing pictures and memories from their time at Crossley.
For it not to be rebuilt, not to be made a historical landmark.
Angela Portis Woodson taught there from the 1980s through the 1990s. She says even as the city changed around Northside, she could tell the school's future was uncertain.
The way that the city continued to move through Northside and take over the neighborhood, I knew that it was going to happen at a certain time.
Now, former students and teachers say if it is torn down, they hope whatever comes next still reflects the history of the area.
Because there are no set plans for this property as of now, I'll continue to follow any new developments. On the North Side, I'm Jada Jenkins, Chris 6 News.
Here are the top headlines we're following across Texas. More than 92% of kindergartners and 7th graders were fully vaccinated before the last school year in Texas. However, those levels are still lower than before the COVID-19 pandemic. That's according to state health data released last week. Of note, the latest report from the Texas Department of State Health Services shows statewide measles vaccination of kindergartners increased 93.2% to 93.3%. But the rate of kindergartners opting out of the measles vaccine through an exemption surpassed 4%. The latest data comes on the heels of the 2025 West Texas measles outbreak that left 2 school-aged children dead. It's tough to imagine a U.S. stock exchange competing with Wall Street, but Dallas is giving it a go. The Texas Stock Exchange officially opened Monday, kind of. For now, trading will only involve test stocks. The Dallas-based exchange says it hopes to add thousands of real stocks over the next few months and even launch IPOs. It's a startup venture, but with some serious backing. The Texas Stock Exchange raised $275 million in funding. Governor Greg Abbott's office says the state has an estimated $2.9 trillion economy. Texas is investigating StubHub after complaints the company failed to get World Cup tickets to paying customers. Attorney General Ken Paxton's office says fans around the country, including in Dallas and Houston, have reported the ticket reseller canceled their tickets days or even hours before kickoff. StubHub says the cancellation stems from, quote, transfer problems tied to FIFA's ticketing platform. However, Paxton says the complaints suggest a broader issue known as ghost ticketing, where sellers list tickets they do not have, collect payment, and cancel what they can't deliver. If you purchase tickets on StubHub but did not receive them, you can file a complaint with the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division. You have one more chance to weigh in on the city's upcoming budget. Corpus Christi is hosting its 3rd budget development input session on Wednesday, July 8th. The meeting runs from 6 to 7 p.m. It will be held at the Corpus Christi Water Building on Holly Road. You can share your thoughts on the fiscal year 2027 budget. The meeting is open to all residents. An 18-year-old man is recovering from a gunshot wound after a 4th of July beach party turned violent in Port Aransas. Investigators say the gunfire broke out late Saturday night during a large gathering. They say the victim and the suspect got into a fight between beach markers 32 and 34. Police have not made any arrests. The suspect will face a felony charge for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Detectives are asking anyone with video of the shooting to call the Port Aransas Police Department.
We're watching Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group.
This is not something you want to see or hear when we're under Stage 3 water restrictions. A city spokesperson tells us a contractor was installing a utility pole on Roberts near Alameda when the crew accidentally hit a 12-inch water main. Water gushed out of the broken line and quickly flooded parts of the street. It took several hours to get the leak under control. It's not known how much water was lost, but the city says the contractor will be billed for the water loss.
More than 92% of kindergartners and 7th graders were fully vaccinated before the last school year in Texas. However, those levels are still lower than before the COVID-19 pandemic. That's according to state health data released last week. Of note, the latest report from the Texas Department of State Health Services shows statewide measles vaccination of kindergartners increased 93.2% to 93.3%. But the rate of kindergartners opting out of the measles vaccine through an exemption surpassed 4%. The latest data comes on the heels of the 2025 West Texas measles outbreak that left 2 school-aged children dead. It's tough to imagine a U.S. stock exchange competing with Wall Street, but Dallas is giving it a go. The Texas Stock Exchange officially opened Monday, kind of. For now, trading will only involve test stocks. The Dallas-based exchange says it hopes to add thousands of real stocks over the next few months and even launch IPOs. It's a startup venture, but with some serious backing. The Texas Stock Exchange raised $275 million in funding. Governor Greg Abbott's office says the state has an estimated $2.9 trillion economy.
Protein is the hottest diet trend nowadays. You can find it added to drinks, chips, snack bars, even ice cream. But are they just adding to the price tag?
In just about every aisle, you can't miss the P word.
Protein across the front.
Protein is everywhere, in pasta, bagels, even Pop-Tarts. And while protein is important for your health, is all this added protein really worth it for your body or your wallet? We asked registered dietitian Kayla Pasquale.
Just because a product is adding 10 to 15 grams of protein doesn't necessarily make it healthy.
Pasquale says some foods, drinks, and powders also come with extra ingredients you may not want.
Sometimes you're getting things like sugar alcohols or other fillers and additives.
Often you're paying more, too.
One protein bar is around $4 each, whereas we have the deli sliced chicken breast over there. You could probably get 3 or 4 servings for just a little bit more than that.
A report from credit lender CoBank finds food products with high protein claims can cost up to 12% more. Check out these prices. A 10-count box of Eggo buttermilk waffles, $2.99. The protein version, $5.99. An 18-ounce box of Honey Nut Cheerios is on sale for $4.47. The smaller 14-ounce protein version, $4.97. Pasquale says you can get plenty of protein from meat and other whole foods.
Greek yogurt, cottage cheese.
Without paying extra for the label.
Lentils are a great source of protein.
She also recommends mixing up your protein sources, like shopper Deb Doroskovich tries to do.
I do like protein, but balanced out with vegetables and other good foods.
Bottom line, high protein products may be convenient,
but I feel like they're worth it. Like if you have a busy day at work or something.
But just know that extra protein often comes with a premium price, so you don't waste your money. John Matteries, Scripps News Group.
Saturday marked the one-year anniversary of a dark day in our state's history. On July 4th, 2025, heavy rain caused deadly flooding along the Guadalupe River in central Texas. 139 people lost their lives in the flood. 117 of those deaths happened in Kirk County. The bodies of two of the victims, Seal Stewart and Jeff Ramsey, have never been found. Now, divers have continued to search the river for the past year.
We're not going to replace what Mother Nature did at the snap of a finger, but we've got to make an effort. We feel for those who suffered and are still suffering, but we have to go forward.
So far, over 34,000 pounds of debris have been removed from the river, clearing about 20 or more popular areas up and down the river. And in an effort to restore what was lost, more than 850,000 native tree seeds have been collected and will be planted along the Guadalupe River basin in the next 3 to 5 years.
Hey there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. Planning a walk with your pup? Well, the temperatures are getting a little bit hotter, so for fluffy pups like Nixon here, a dog walking forecast star, you'll have to be creative. But thanks to our friends over at Line of Utah, we can show you what to expect as we go through the next couple of hours. And like we've seen the past couple of days, this trend continues through the early evening time frame. The 90s eventually become the 80s, and with a little bit of a breeze that kicks in right around that 5-6 p.m. time frame, that's where we can get a little bit of relief. But it's still a humid situation for us all across the coastal bend. So if you got a fluffy pup, again, like our star here, Nixon, shorter walks are especially going to come in handy because kids, pets, and the elderly can be more susceptible to heat-related illness. Now, rainfall is going to become a bit of a trend for us heading through the rest of tonight. Some storms up in the San Antonio area, very spotty in nature, but I think as we head into the afternoon time frame on your Tuesday, we'll see another round of the sea breeze trying to kick up a few showers. I'll walk you through the rest of the week ahead.
State Senator Juan Chuy Hinojosa is demanding written answers from the Nueces River Authority's board about the agency's finances. In a 4-page letter, Hinojosa is asking for a full breakdown of the agency's monthly expenses, a contingency plan if promised state or federal money doesn't come through, and a full-year cash flow projection board members have been requesting for more than a year. He's also demanding a written accounting of exactly what funding requests, if any, have been submitted to state or federal government for the Harbor Island Desalination Project. The letter came one day after Chris 6 News reported on the agency's desalination fund could run dry by the end of August. And Hinojosa cites that reporting directly, writing that it raised questions and concerns I believe warrant a response.
One more look at your 7-day forecast. I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber, starting off with your Tuesday. So like today, we saw a few of those little showers popping up with the sea breeze, very brief, but dumping a little bit more rainfall because we have more of that moisture in the air around us. But the showers and storms don't have a whole lot of time to grow before the middle atmosphere starts to eat them up. So that'll tame the heat a little bit, but it doesn't do a whole lot to really help our rainfall situation. We're in a decent spot right now in a surplus, but we still need a lot more rainfall to help our water supply. So we continue the pattern of warm overnights and hot afternoons that do bring a few of those showers afternoon after afternoon, if we could put it that way. So looking at the 7-day forecast, this won't add up to significant rainfall. So I'm not going to put those rainy icons in your 7-day forecast until about Friday into the weekend. That's where I think we'll see more scattered showers. That'll bring the temperatures down a bit more and could help us pick up some measurable rain.